All right. Yeah, sorry about that. Let's see. I hope that all of you join again. Let's see. Um, all right. Um, just if you give me a second, I need to. All right. Okay. So, yeah, sorry for this rough start today. Yeah, but it's been a little rough. But all right, so now we are, everything should be working as it should. So let me put a little bit of fireplace sound. And we should be fine. Juan Toledano, hello, how are you doing? Marina, no problem, man. I'm really curious about this giveaway. Aha, yes. And welcome, Marina. I hope that you are doing fine. All right, so let's paint a little bit and let's do the test in some time, just to see if some more people join, so that is the test runs a little bit closer to what it's supposed to be. But what is the giveaway? Well, I'm planning to give away 3 Warhammer 40k Dark Tide how is it called, the premium or the collector edition keys, thanks to the great people at Fat Shark. So yes, I will be giving 3 Imperial Edition, I think it's called, Dark Tide keys next week, which should be before the second beta test start. And don't call me on this, but I believe that that this edition, deluxe edition, it's offers the access to the open beta before the release. I'm not sure, but I think it is the case. But well, I guess it will be a matter of to see when it comes the 17th of this month. Cantabrian, howdy Miguel, how hope you are well. Yes, I'm fine, thanks. I had a little bit of a rough start of the stream today. A lot of issues, but here we are. So, Martin Roca, here we go. All right. Welcome, Martin. How are you doing? Pontus, yeah, Imperial Edition. All right, there you go. Yeah, so, yes. So, yes, 3 Imperial Editions for Warhammer 40,000 Dark Tide keys. So I think it's a pretty awesome giveaway. So yeah, so that's my plan for next week, and that's why I need to do a little test today to see, because all of this is completely new for me. I never done it before. I'm a virgin doing giveaways, so yes, I think it will be necessary, as I was saying before the date. Okay, so enough of my ramblings, and let's continue with the battle. So as I was saying, I had some time to today during my lunchtime to push it a little bit. So it's not much, but I don't know what you can see. So I mostly defined a little bit more the Imperial soldiers. I'm still not sure how they're gonna look in terms of the design, but more or less they are starting to shape up. So they are gonna be completely made up. I'm gonna do a design, but as you can see, they are very heavily World War II inspired. So yeah, we'll see how it ends up. So yeah, I think there is plenty of work to do still at this stage. So we'll continue defining each one of the characters to a certain extent, and let's see how far we get. I'm not sure I will get that far today, but yeah, we'll see. So by the way, the other day I asked on Discord if anybody wanted to play with me a dark type, and nobody answered. So does that mean that I'm gonna be playing on my own like this? This is gonna be me playing dark type, seems like. But yeah, it would be nice to make some kind of war party of rejects with the hope of becoming true and trusty inquisitorial agents or operators. Pontus, well, it's obvious I want to play with you from before. That's why I didn't answer there again. All right, Pontus. Okay. I was just there waiting in front of the screen. Any reply? I just felt so lonely. No answer. Just the echo of my hopes. All right. But yeah, awesome, Pontus. I definitely want to play with you as well for the good old times. So yes. And I think it will be easier also to kind of accommodate our times for playing, since we are kind of having kind of a similar lifestyle nowadays. So with kids and all of that. So yeah, but awesome. Jin, let's go. Hello, Jin. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Okay, so let's see. Who should I pick? Yeah, a little bit more with no. This guy is already off. Okay. Yeah, this guy, I don't forget, he's supposed to have a bayonet of some sort in his rifle. I'm also deciding that I'm gonna invent some sort of last rifle pattern. That's one of the joys that I've been founding lately, and especially now with dark tide of coming up with designs of new stuff in 40k. And even though, as much as I like all the designs of all the factions and everything that exists already, obviously, but if you think in the scope of the variety and almost infinite options that there is in terms of aesthetics and things and designs within the 40k universe, that it feels so limiting. So I think it's every single time they come up with something new that opens up, right? It's such a joy, and to be able to do that yourself, it's I love it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna create a new regiment for this illustration. And I know, I mean, it is not that original, but I don't want to complicate myself either. I just want to do something that is fun, and I'm pretty aware that because of the German helmet inspiration, they're gonna have masks as well. They are gonna remind to the Krieg Death Corp, but I'm totally fine with that. And either way, the Death Corp of Krieg is one of the more awesome looks in the Imperial Guard, right? And that's why they are so popular. I mean, they look awesome. Robin Roth Art. Ciao, Miguel. Ciao. ¿Qué tal? Bueno, I can't remember how do you say in Italian. Well, sorry. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Amureto, hola, ¿cómo estás? Amureto from Armenia here. Yes, I remember you. How are you doing? And welcome. So, I was thinking to create like a mix between World War II-ish look, but then to add some a mask that look futuristic as a contrast, so not going so retro as the Death Corp. But actually something that that can look slightly sci-fi. But I was thinking just the mask, the face mask. The rest is going to be very very retro looking. I think that's going to be a nice balance. But yeah, let's see. I mean, I might, of course, change my mind. But at least that's my goal right now. So one of the things that I like to do when creating this type of battle scenes is to, of course, have like a main theme of what's going on in terms of the story. So in this case, it's basically an orc assault into the imperial lines or trench or yeah whatever defenses, and basically the humans are in a desperate situation, so we need to feel the pressure that they are feeling, and that there is a close combat. So yeah, and it need to feel very intimidating for the humans. Sorry. Marina, yeah, we love our shovel boys. Yes, of course. I love them too. Jean, we love to master value painting. Well, it's a easy thing. Well, not easy thing, but something that can be done, and it's just to practice. So, yeah, anybody can do it. If I can do, and I'm not saying that I master it, but you understand what I mean. So you can do it as well. I'm ready to drawing and watch your stream. Fantastic. Well, like that's like I always say, that's music to my ears. Love the fact that we are all painting something at the same time. So just sharing a little bit of a creative space and time through the stream. Robin, oh, don't worry, I'm English. Wasn't trying to pretend to be Italian. All right. Good to know. But I mean, yeah, that's the thing with internet and chats and stuff like that. You never know, right? So yeah, if you say that, well, I would assume that you were Italian, but again, not saying that you were trying to pretend or anything like that. So yeah, all good. Tom, how many layers are you working with? Well, at this point, I'm working with plenty of layers, because since it is a very complicated scene, at this stage where I'm mostly focusing on the composition, in order to be able to arrange the characters to rescale or relocate them, I like to paint them, each one of them individually in a separate layer. So that will mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17. Plus, I think 2 layers for the background. So plenty of layers, but as soon as I can and I feel comfortable, I like to start merging layers, because it's very annoying for me. It kind of breaks the fluid aspect of painting, or the fluid or organic feel I get from it, because I need to be worrying of in which layer I'm working. So it's very annoying for me. It's very useful for sure, but I don't enjoy it. So as soon as I can, I tend to to merge as many layers as possible. But for now, not. So what was I saying? Yeah, I can't remember what I was talking about. About the humans. Yeah. About the themes that I'm going for with the illustration. So yeah, I have a main theme, right? So again, it is orc assault into human lines, defensive lines, and I want to convey the sense of brutal melee combat and the desperate situation that the humans are in, and they are trying to fight for their lives. And I want my goal, at least, is try to communicate that sense of threat and danger. But once I have that established, then I like to create little micro scenes. It's something that I have always enjoyed, looking at other people art, and it's like when you can actually see some small stories here and there that all contribute to the main subject matter, so they don't distract you, they are just helping to support that main theme, right? I so in one hand we have these, at least that's how I was planning it. So we have this scene here where this orc is about to smash this guy that is trying to stab in return the orc with the bayonet. Then we have this guy here that is just making a barrage of shots into this orc here, very close range. This guy here is shooting at this other orc here. Then we have here some officer with a pistol and sword, and he's about to engage with this huge orc here. And then we have this orc here that is swaying his weapon, probably some kind of chain melee weapon. And this guy here, this soldier here, is parrying the attack with his rifle, and there will be a lot of sparks coming up from the contact of the chain weapon and the rifle. And then this guy here, well, is this guy here and this guy here, just to give a little bit of sense of depth. And then, of course, well, these other two orcs here are just kind of filling a little bit of space and create a more visual weight into the composition, just to represent that wave of orcs. So that is about to engulf the humans. Kind of that's. So yeah, these type of pieces take quite some time to do, because yeah, it's a lot of many different elements to work with. And it takes quite a long time to set up the composition. So in terms of the composition, for example, now I feel more or less satisfied with it. So that's why I'm going through a pass of defining each one of the characters to start to establish a little bit more the lighting and values. So I don't know if you remember how things were on the previous stream, but this, for example, this zone here didn't had so much light, even though I was planning for that. So I'm starting to kind of establish those things. So it's a slow process, little step by little step, but slowly but steadily build the image, the scene. Also from look or stylistic point of view, my plan is, or I would like it to look quite painterly. So let's see if I manage or not. So that will mean that I need to be careful not to spend too much time over defining and over polishing characters. But that also is going to be a balance that I will have to find on the go. Also, that's a deliberate choice, not only from my aesthetical point of view, because I tend to like more undefined stuff than when it's everything super extra detailed and polished, but also because it's gonna help me to endure better the painting of this scene, right? I am not gonna have to worry too much with all these elements, because I'm not gonna require to paint every single small detail in high definition. I can just leave things quite loose enough to be understandable, which again is something that aesthetically I really enjoy. Robin, we'll take it. All right. Tom does finance. Thanks for explaining. Well, no worries. That's why I'm here. As I always keep saying, the main reason why I decided to do these streams was precisely as a format for me to be able to answer questions that I normally get asked through Facebook or Instagram, and I don't have the time, and sometimes it requires quite a long time to answer, and I would never get to the depth that I could doing these like direct questions and answers. So yeah, I'm very happy to answer questions. Yeah, I like. This is the first head that I did, and I liked how it is. So I think I'm using this guy here as a reference now for how the helmets and masks should start to look. But yeah, so for those of you that are joining now, I'm planning to do a giveaway next week. I will be giving 3 keys for the Imperial Edition of Warhammer 40,000 Darktide game, and I'm gonna soon try to do a little test for the program of the giveaway. So next time I know how to do it and it runs smoothly. So yeah, the requirements to enter into the giveaway is simply just to be a subscriber of my YouTube channel and be live, because it's going to be a live giveaway. So you have to be live. And yeah, basically the idea is just to, I will ask you to write something on chat and a keyword to enter the lottery, and then the program will pick randomly somebody. And I will do 3 rounds during the stream. So also, in order to enter the giveaway, since I'm multi-streaming, you will have to go and watch and interact the stream through YouTube, not Twitch, no Facebook, in order to enter the draw for the giveaway. But I will, I will give information along the week. Amorito, can I have a video tutorial on how to use references or how to make studies? Yeah, I certainly could do it. I don't know when I could, but that's actually a very nice subject. So yeah, I mean, what I could say now, it's that reference. I mean, it is a deep subject, I think. But one aspect of this subject that I think is important, and a lot of people tend to miss, is that when we talk about references, it's not just about picking a random image on the internet that kind of appeal to you, but is the result of a in-depth research. So you know that the references that you are using as a reference, it's actually meaningful to the subject that you are using. So I'm saying this, for example, in the context of somebody's making some sort of, let's say, concept art and some fantasy medieval knight type of character. And just start to pick random references on the internet because they look cool. But let's say that you, when you start that thing, you don't really understand much about the design principles of medieval armor. So you start to pick things from here and there that don't make too much sense. And what you will probably end up is, as it tend to happen, is like a mismatch of things that doesn't make any sense, and you will end up with a design that is super generic and tropey of fantasy, and it's just like mediocre to the highest degree. So what I would say in this specific scenario is that, well, you need, if you don't know much about the design principles and how things worked with certain medieval armors, because of course it's insanely complex subject, because I mean medieval times is like almost 10,000 years, sorry, not 10,000, yeah, 40k, 1,000 years long period. So there are plenty of different designs, but each one of them were in certain way because they were fulfilling a purpose. So it is just understanding why things were this in certain way gives depth and weight to your designs if it fits the supposed role they are supposed to fill for your character. So you will end up by doing a proper research and understanding which references you are taking, not just because of its purely visual appeal, but because it makes sense from a design point of view. That this thing is supposed to have a real purpose. It fulfill a purpose. Just to give you an example. So, and again, this thing with subject of how to use references, it's one that it's quite deep. But that's one again, one aspect that I think it's important. And research is very, very, very important, and that research should lead you to some references, to use those references, sometimes very directly and straightforward, just like copying certain design elements or shapes or volumes or colors or whatever because it's relevant for you, and sometimes it's just as a guide. So sometimes you don't need to be following to the letter the references that you are using, right? But that's up to you, of course, to define what is the use of those references. But sometimes people think that, okay, so if you pick certain references, you are limiting yourself because you will be using or copying that reference, but it doesn't necessarily need to be that way. I mean, references overall need to be understood as tools to help you to fulfill certain needs in your process. Sometimes to get familiar with certain things that you don't know about, how they look or how they are constructed, or maybe again from the design of some object like a medieval armor to maybe anatomy, because you still struggle with certain things or in certain angles. So those would be examples of straightforward use of references. And then of course, as I was saying, there are other type of references that is more like an inspiration, or just to they provide certain feeling, and you are trying just to capture that feeling, but not necessarily reproduce exactly that reference, because it's has nothing to do with what you are trying to achieve in terms of the object that it's that it is, or yeah, whatever. I mean, can be anything. So I'm thinking about the rifles, the last rifles of these soldiers, are like some sort of carabine uh, type of design. Actually, kind of close to something similar to the Krieg um, pattern design, but not exactly. Dieta, hello, sir. Hello, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Robin, do you know of any other regular art challenges taking place other than Art Station? No, I'm a little bit out of the loop, to be honest. Um, I'm very much uh, living in my own bubble. So no. If what you are looking for is an excuse to do something creatively challenging, and well, of course, I would encourage you to do a Nemesis art challenge. Um, that me and some other friends came with the idea. So it's not a specific art challenge that happens in a specific time. You can do it at any time whenever you want. It's just basically kind of like a set of rules, and you just do it whenever you want. But you need to find somebody to battle with. So basically, well, maybe you know about it, but I will just explain a little bit for in case somebody here that doesn't know about it. So basically, it's a challenge between two artists. So you need to ask somebody that you find, I don't know, a colleague, a friend, somebody that you like what they do, and it's a character design challenge. So basically, each one of you create a hero character in secret, and it need to be a hero. And of course, that's a very open definition. What is a hero, right? I mean, I could, for example, somehow explain that this orc is a hero on its own way, and that would be my hero. All right, so you basically create a hero, and you have 2 weeks to create that hero. After these 2 weeks, you both of you give to each other that hero, respectively, and in the 2 next weeks, you're gonna have to do a nemesis character for the hero of your opponent. So basically, you would have to create a nemesis character for the hero that your challenger or opponent designed, and you will use that hero design as an art direction for your own character. So the nemesis character that you create gonna have to be obviously be guided by the aesthetic, design, language, etc., of the character that your opponent designed, which is very fun. Can be very challenging if it's your opponent use a style that is very different from yours, for example. And then after, so you have 2 weeks to each of you do the nemesis for your respective heroes, and then after those 2 weeks, then you join and compare and kind of just for the fun decide who could win the fight between. One second. All right. Yeah, now I have to lower the voice. All right. So yeah, and it is an extremely fun challenge to do if you are into character design. So one thing that we like a lot about it is the first round. You have the absolute freedom to do whatever you please, right? So there is no constraints about what is a hero. I mean, you basically you create whatever you want. And then the second part of the challenge, it's the still fun, but then you have constraints, right? And dictated by your opponent character design, which is very fun to do. So if you don't find anything, I would encourage you to give it a try with somebody that you like, because I can promise you, it's super fun thing to do. We have done so far three challenges between us, the original people that came with the idea. But again, anybody can join and do at any time. Something that would be nice if any of you that join, when you create your hero and then your nemesis, to post those characters online and always put the hashtag Nemesis Art Challenge, everything together. So like this, we start to create some kind of source imagery about the challenge. It's super fun. If you want, I can show you what I have done so far for the challenge. It's been like, I think, a year and a half since last round, because I mean we are always very busy. But yeah. it's not easy to um, all of us to kind of find the time where each one of us, I mean, we all have families, kids, a very busy agenda, right? So it's always difficult to find the right time for where everybody can join. So, but yeah, it's super fun. Kriga, hi Miguel, dude, I love your artwork for Dark Tide. Absolutely love it. Thank you, thank you. Much appreciated. It's always fantastic to hear that. And I would say that there is so little available. I mean, you would be surprised of how much material there, of how much material I have created for the game. That is, of course, not public, but yeah, there is a lot. So everything that has been made public is just like a tiny portion. So I would love if they decide to make a art book of the game. That would be awesome, because that would be a great opportunity to show more of the work that I have done for it. But yeah, let's finger cross. Let's cross the fingers and and yeah, that they see the light and decide to make it. Carnivorous, hey Miguel, I actually got up early today so I can finally catch more of your stream. Hey man, thank you. Welcome. Much appreciated. How are you doing? Cantabrian, yeah, some of the best references can come from the least obvious places. Oh yes. I mean, at the end, I mean, if you are looking for certain inspiration, sometimes, yeah, that can be so random, right? So a lot of reference uses can be just that, a feeling, a mood. I mean, you could argue that to a certain extent, listening to certain music while you are working can be also a reference, because it's helping you to inspire you to the subject that you are working with. For instance, when working for Dark Tide, I've been listening some specific type of music. So because it just in tune me with the mood, and yeah. Amorito, gracias. Well, you're welcome. Martin Roca watches from Clean Sirle and makes a great art challenge of fantasy as Magic the Gathering. All right. I mean, again, I'm completely out of the loop. So I don't know what's going on, really. I'm so focused with my own things lately, and with my project, the Brethren of the Clouds and stuff like that. That yeah, it's I'm very much living in my own bubble. And now that I mention it, of course, please consider checking out my Patreon and support me there. It will be greatly appreciated. So you will help to into the development of my own personal projects that turns around Space Pirates. And of course, big shout out to all the Patreons. Many of them are here now on the chat, so thanks there, guys. And yeah, so please consider joining my Patreon to support what I do, because that would mean that it's less time that I need to invest into client work, and that I can not only work on my personal project but also create content for YouTube that tend to take quite some time. So yes. Judas Scar. Hola Miguel, me encanta tu arte, me hace acordar al arte tradicional. Judas, muchas gracias, muchas gracias. Y bienvenido. Okay. I think it's a good time now to make a test for next week giveaway. So again, just a reminder, next week I'm planning to do a giveaway during my live stream. So in order to be able to participate, you will need to be during the live stream and be a YouTube subscriber. So you will have to watch the whole thing through YouTube in order to be able to enter the draw for the giveaway. So I'm planning to give 3 keys for the Imperial edition of Darktide game. So since this is going to be my very first time I'm doing a giveaway, and especially in live, which complicate things, at least in my view, since I'm such a newbie, I need to do a test run today, and I need you to help me out. So all right, let's everybody get ready. Let's do it. Let's see. So sorry if I'm gonna be quite slow with all of these. Let's where are you? Okay, here. First, I need to try make a test here. Sorry, let's see. And I need to see. All right. First problem. I cannot see some aspects here. Let's see. Okay. Can right, this is not working. 1 second. That's why I need to do this test. Can everybody write hello on chat? I just need to check something. I mean, it shows on the stream, on the chat box. But it shows through Twitch. That's why. And not through YouTube. Okay. That didn't work. I think this might not be working because I'm multi-streaming. I think that's the problem. And in order to do a proper test, I would have to just stream to YouTube. So I think, yeah, I will have to make a test run in another moment. All right, so that's good to know. Yeah, it's not showing. All right. That was a quick test and boring one, but yeah, nevertheless, was useful. Yeah, I can see that the streaming program is recognizing certain things, but yeah, not the stream per se. So I think it's because it's multi-streaming. Well, anyway, let's continue with our painting. So let's see. Krika, will you be playing Dark Tide yourself? Yes, of course. I'm gonna play Dark Tide. I mean, as I've been saying for ages now, yes, I worked on the game, but before anything else, I'm a huge hardcore fan of 40k. Before anything else. And this is gonna be the absolute 40k game. I think it's yeah. So of course I'm gonna play it. Yes. I would be mad not to play it. I will be waiting this game my whole life as a fan, which makes it more insane, the fact that I was able to work on it. It's quite insane, actually, if I think about it. But yes, I will be playing. Not as much as I would like to, obviously, because, well, I cannot. But I will try to play as much as I can. Yeah, I'm not exaggerating when I'm saying that I've been waiting for this game my entire life to play. All right, so I think it's time for a little bit of this guy here. Some sort of officer. So yeah, he will be carrying like a last pistol and some chainsword or something like that. Regarding one of the things that one of you guys mentioned about becoming better with values and stuff like that. I mean, working in black and white helps immensely with it, because it forces you um, to work with it, you know, and try to be um, meticulous and precise. Um, and it's very very beneficial to practice that, um, finding that balance of values, instead of just going with the extremes, you know, like pure white, pure black, that beginners tend to fall into, right? um, at the end of the day, the key is to have as a rich as possible value spectrum. And plenty of times that requires several passes. So what I'm doing at the moment is a first attempt, but it's not gonna be near what it's supposed to be. I will have to readjust and change quite a lot along the way. It would be nice if I can somehow create, establish that type of design for the pattern, not only of the rifles, but it feels that the pistol is part of the same pattern design. One thing that I could recommend when working with values is try to avoid the extremes. So for example, now in this character here, I know I can go much darker to define certain areas, but the advantage of not doing so yet is that it gives me plenty of opportunities to later on to define and go darker if I need. But if I need to go the other way around, it's going to be more complicated. The same thing with the parts in light. So always trying to go more into the middle and expand into the extremes if needed, but always starting from more medium values. Mhm. Luis Ramón, hola Miguel, un placer verte. A pleasure. Thank you, gracias. A pleasure to have you back, Ramon. How are you doing? It is a shame that, yeah, today is going to be another shorter stream because, yeah, I started so late. But yeah. Hopefully, I really hope I will not have any more technical difficulties next week because yeah, it's been quite a few streams with a lot of issues lately. Quite annoying. Changing the subject. It's been a while since I was able to watch anything, but I finally spent some time and I watched this new series on Netflix by Guillermo del Toro, like a horror show. Um, I really liked it. Nothing groundbreaking, to be sure, but nevertheless, impeccably done. And some of the stories were fantastic in my opinion. So it just uh, for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, it's just like a series of short stories. So each episode is a different story. It has nothing to do with the rest, and they were fun. They were awesome overall. Really enjoyed it. And again, nothing groundbreaking, but very nice. And yes, so far I've been spending most of the time working on the humans, but I will eventually have to jump into the orcs, which actually were the main reason why I wanted to do this piece. I felt like I wanted to paint some space orcs. Um, but I think I'm not gonna have time tonight. Another thing that I'm not sure with the design of the humans is if to put any. I mean, initially I was thinking to uh, give them no kind of hard surface type of armor, or but I'm not sure if to add something here and there. So like some kind of shoulder pads or something. Sorry about that noise. That's my computer. Um, This guy needs to feel that he is really, really desperate. Again, this is going back to some of the things that I was saying on the beginning of the stream. This is one of the aspects that I enjoy the most about this type of painting, this type of scenes, of illustrations. I mean, these small stories, and every time I go into one of the characters, it's just like you immerse yourself into a new micro world, right? Within the whole scene, and yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm done for today. Thanks a lot for joining. Sorry once again for the rough start with all the technical difficulties. But yeah, thanks a lot. Always a blast talking to you. Really enjoying the painting of this battle scene. So yeah, let's see. I doubt I will have time before the next stream to push it a little bit further. But yeah, we'll try to find some minutes here and there along the week. And yeah, remember, next week I will be doing the giveaway. I'm planning to do it on Tuesday as well. So as normal, but not sure. The idea is to make it before the Thursday, which is 17th, because that's when the beta, second beta starts. So to give you the opportunity to join the beta. But yeah, I will make an announcement on social media, mostly on my Instagram. I will make also a post here on YouTube, and probably do a small video announcement as well for the giveaway. Let's see if I have the time. So yeah, don't miss it, because you can get one Imperial edition copy of Dark Tide. So yes. All right, people. Thanks a lot for joining, and stay safe, healthy, and paint and draw a lot. And see you next week. Pontus. Oh, all right. You made it back just to say goodbye. Okay, man. Let's keep in touch and see how we can do with arranging some playtime for Dark Tide. All right. Take care. Bye bye.